welcome to Live Interactive English. I'm Mike.
And I'm Rainbow.
And today it is the beginning of a two-part, 4-dialogue look at airport travel.
Oh, it's so exciting.
It's true. It's the time of year, Christmas, Chinese New Year. People start to plan their first holidays of the year. And of course, many of us, including me, are looking forward to a summer holiday. And you probably, if you're leaving Taiwan, will be taking an airplane and going to an airport. Now, I heard a rumor around the office, Rainbow, that you love airports.
I love airports so much.
There you go. Why do you love airports?
There is a feeling of excitement and newness and curiosity. And it's like you're renewing your past self. And you're like going somewhere new for something new.
So an airport is kind of like a spa to
you.
You can go in and come out a different person.
Totally.
Do you feel the same way about train stations and bus stations?
Not at all. I don't like them at all. I only like airplanes.
Because you're going on a long journey.
That's right.
You'll probably end up in a new country with new
going
culture.
in the sky.
And you're going in the sky.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. Now, we've looked at this before, and I'm sure many of you are familiar with the usual things you might learn about airport English, things like checking in,
boarding
passes, going through security, customs, immigration, and all that kind of stuff. So today and tomorrow, we're going to be looking at a few unusual but still common situations that you might meet or come across when you're traveling by airplane and going through an airport. Things you might need help with, things you might want, things that other people might need but are important to you. So these could be really useful in certain special situations. So grab your passports and your ticket. Don't forget to take off your belt when going through security. And we're gonna check out our dialogue. So let's do that now.
Get ready.
Derek approaches a check-in desk at Hollywood Burbank Airport.
Good morning. My family and I need to check in for the 8:20 a.m. flight to New York.
Okay. Could I see your ID, please, sir?
Of course. Will we all be able to sit together?
All of our domestic flights have open seating. You should board early if you want to make sure you are all sitting together.
Is there no way we can guarantee it?
You could pay a little extra for priority boarding, which allows you to get on the plane before general boarding.
That's good to know. We might do that. Thank you.
All right, so let's look at our first situation. This might happen right as you get to the airport and you're checking in. You're giving them your luggage, you're getting your boarding pass, and you're choosing your seat. Now, the normal things you might choose would be a window seat or an aisle seat, right, on the sort of pathway or kind of passageway down the airplane if you need to go to the bathroom a lot. The window seat gives you the view. The middle seat, nobody wants.
The worst ever.
The middle seat. But there is one situation, though, where you do want to take that middle seat, and that is if you are traveling with a person and you want to sit next to them. So that's the situation we are looking at here, asking to sit together. I guess this would happen if Rainbow and I were traveling and I got my plane ticket on one day and then you bought yours for the same airplane, but you bought it at a different time. The computer might put us in different places.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So then we might want to go and say, hey, we're actually friends. Can we put our seats together? So this kind of situation. All right, what's happening? It says Derek approaches a check-in desk at Hollywood Burbank Airport.
Hollywood.
We're in Los Angeles, California.
Yes,
of course,
we
that's
are.
where Hollywood is. And Derek begins the dialogue. He says, good morning. My family and I need to check in for the 8:20 a.m. flight to New York. So they're flying from LA to New York. So they're there a few hours early to give over their luggage, to give over their suitcases, and to get their ticket, their boarding card.
Yes, that's right. So I'm going to check my information. Okay. Could I see your ID, please, sir?
Well, yes, of course. You have to bring your ID. Your passport will, of course, be very common, especially if you're traveling to another country. If you're traveling in America and you are an American, you might not have your passport.
Same case in Taiwan. You don't need it.
Same case in Taiwan, but you might have an ID card or a driver's license. Or something like that. So Derek hands over ID. Could be his passport, could be his driver's license, something with his name and his picture, that type of information. Of course, he says, yes, this is very normal. Maybe not normal if you're taking a train or a bus, but on an airplane, it is very normal. And then he asks this question, will we all be able to sit together? There are 3 or 4 people in his family. Will they all be able to sit next to each other on the plane?
Good question. All of our domestic flights have open seating. You should board early if you want to make sure you are all sitting together.
Interesting.
So open seating means there are no assigned seats. So I guess if a lot of people want to sit together, they have to get there very early, or one person has to get there first to make sure the other people can sit with him.
I guess you could do that, but it's probably better to all be there early, or at least have most of your group there early.
True.
So this basically means you get a ticket, but it doesn't say 47G, and then that is your seat on the plane. It's kind of like on a bus or an MRT. First come, first served. If you want a special place by the window, you need to be there early. So Derek he's taking in, he understands this information, but he has a question. Is there no way we can guarantee it? Is there no way we can reserve or sort of keep that seat for ourselves? Do we have to, get in early and just sit in the seats the whole time?
Seems like there's one way.
Okay.
You could pay a little extra for priority boarding, which allows you to get on the plane before general boarding. So priority is when you go in first.
That's exactly right. And if you pay for that, and a lot of these cheaper airlines will charge you or make you pay for little things like this. But if you pay, that will guarantee that you can get on early, which will hopefully guarantee that you get the seat you want. To guarantee is basically to make sure something happens. It's kind of like to promise.
Yeah, 100%.
Exactly. I guarantee that I will be at your birthday party. Even if I break my leg, I will leave the hospital to be there. It's a promise. You're asking the person to trust you, to believe in you, to not worry that this is a trick or a lie or it won't happen. It will happen. I guarantee. And we have the sentence, I can guarantee that I won't be late to the game.
And if you want to guarantee that you have a seat, then you want to pay extra for priority seating. Now, priority means you are first in a row of people because you are more important. Maybe you're more important because you paid more money. Most of the time it's like that. Priority seats could also be reserved for important people, VIPs. A sentence for you, the priority seats on the bus are reserved for people in need. For instance, maybe they're elderly, maybe they're pregnant. These are special seats for special people, for priority people.
That's right. We often use priority to talk about something that's important, very important, or the most important.
That's right.
Right? If you're hungry, your priority is getting some food. You might want to drink, you might want to sit down, but the main thing, the most important thing is the priority. That's good to know, says Derek. All right, so he didn't do that this time. Maybe next time they know how to guarantee the seats that they want. He says, that's good to know. We might do that. Thank you. So I guess he'll think about it. Find out how much it will cost.
Yeah, is it worth it?
Because it's probably 4 people he's paying for. But yeah, if that kind of thing is important, that is what you can do to request the seats you want. All right, let's take a break. And then we'll be back with another interesting airport situation.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。这次绘画主题是 Airport Travel 搭 搭机旅行英语。在第一段对话里面 Derek 和家人要办理登机报到手续，他们要从好莱坞的机场飞往纽约。那么 Derek 就向地勤人员出示身份证件之后，他想要询问一家人是不是都能坐在一起。那地勤人员说，他们所有的国内班机都是开放式座位，如果想要确保都坐在一起的话，那就要早一点登机，或者是呢，你就多付一点费用来优先登机，那就可以在一般登机之前先上飞机了。好，单字 guarantee 是动词，它表示保证、担保或是确保。Priority 这个名词则表示优先、优先权或是优先考虑的事。另外，文中的 open seating 字面意思是开放式座位，也就是没有事先划位的搭乘模式，不能预先指定座位。这时候 Rainbow 老师有提到 assigned seat。assigned seat 就可以表达指定座位的意思哦。接话课文中。
After an announcement to all passengers, Beth is approached by a gate agent as she waits to board her plane.
Excuse me, ma'am. As you just heard, this flight has been overbooked, and we are looking for volunteers to take a later flight instead. We can offer compensation for the inconvenience, as well as food and accommodations in the airport while you wait. Is this something you'd be willing to consider?
Unfortunately, no. I am speaking at an event tomorrow morning, and I can't be late for it.
Understood, ma'am. Thank you for your time.
I hope it all works out.
Thank you, ma'am.
Part 2, being offered a different flight. After an announcement to all passengers, Beth is approached by a gate agent as she waits to board her plane.
So she has given over her suitcase, she's gone through security, they've looked at her passport, she's got the boarding pass, the plane is right there, she can see it through the big window. And then a gate agent comes over and says, "Excuse me, ma'am, as you just heard, this flight has been overbooked. They sold too many seats. There's not enough room in the plane." That's what overbooked means. And we are looking for volunteers to take a later flight instead. So basically, some people won't get on the plane. If you don't mind, you will miss this plane. We'll let you take another one, and we'll give you something, maybe some money or something like that for the trouble. I think this is kind of a crazy way of doing business, but this is what they do. So the gate agent explains further, we can offer compensation, that will be money usually, for the inconvenience as well as food and accommodations in the airport while you wait. So basically they give you some money. It might be like a coupon or like, airplane money that you can only use to buy another plane ticket, or maybe it's just cash, money in your hand, and they'll also pay for your food and maybe even a hotel if you have to wait overnight until the next airplane. So trouble for you, you'll get home later. That's kind of, annoying, but they will kind of pay you and do some nice things. So maybe you'll say, okay. And that's the final question. Is this something you'd be willing to consider? Is this offer, even though it's not what you want, but it's still not bad, do you want to do it? Would you want to volunteer to be the person who misses this plane? And a volunteer, or as a verb to volunteer, is basically to put up your hand or be the person who puts up your hand and says, I'll do it.
Me.
No one's asking you, or no one's telling you to do it. It's not an order. It's not your job. It's just, we need someone to do this. Does anybody want to do this? And if you're the person who puts up your hand and says, yeah, sure, I'll do it, you have volunteered. You are a volunteer. And many times people volunteer for charity or to help other people, like Belinda. Belinda is a volunteer at a local hospital. So she might help people find their way around, push wheelchairs with people in them, that kind of thing, for no money, just to be helpful.
Now, this situation at the airport is causing a lot of inconvenience.
Yes.
We might have heard the word convenient. That means easy and good and smooth. Inconvenience is not easy. It's something that is out of your way. It wasn't what you originally planned, so it's not convenient for you. It is an inconvenience. For example, I'm sorry if the delay caused you any inconvenience. I'm sorry that you couldn't get there on time that you wanted and it wasn't easy for you and I caused you trouble. So I might want to give you something else to consider and I wonder if you would take it. However, Beth says, unfortunately, no, I don't like your offer. I am speaking at an event tomorrow morning and I can't be late for it. Well, of course, because she is basically the main character. So she says no to the airline. And what does the agent say?
Well, yeah, I guess if she's got a job to do tomorrow, she can't miss that.
No.
You know, if she was going home from holiday, maybe she wouldn't mind going home a day late. But yeah, no, she's got to be somewhere tomorrow. And so this is normal and no one will be, in trouble or anything. The gate agent says, understood, ma'am, I understand. No problem. Thank you for your time. And I guess they'll go and try to find someone else who will volunteer.
Beth says, I hope it all works out.
Thank you, ma'am, says the gate agent, and Beth will get on the plane. Someone else might not, but hopefully that volunteer will get the compensation and the, free food and maybe a hotel. That's all the time we have, guys, but we'll have more interesting airport situations coming up tomorrow, so don't go anywhere. Delay your plane trip. Come back with us tomorrow, and we'll see you then for that good stuff. Until then, bye-bye.
Bye.
在第二段对话里 ，Beth 正在等待登机，那一名登机门工作人员就走向他，向他说明这个航班机位超卖，已经超额预定了，他们正在找自愿改搭别的航班的人，那所造成的不便呢，他们会提供补偿，并且在客人等候期间提供食物，还有在机场留宿的地方。那工作人员就问 Beth 愿不愿意考虑。先来看看单字 volunteer。volunteer 在这边当名词，表示自告奋勇的人，或是志愿者、义工。它也可以当动词来表达自愿、自告奋勇。再看到 inconvenience， 它表示不便或是麻烦，是个名词，那它可以当可数或不可数用。再看到文中的 compensation， 它表示补偿或补偿金。说到补偿的时候 ，Mike 老师有提到 coupon，coupon 表示折价券。另外一个补充单字则是 accommodation， 它表示住处或者是膳宿。那由于对话里面的 Beth 她隔天早上要在一个活动上面演讲，她不能迟到，她没办法改搭别的航班。最后她对工作人员说 I hope it all works out， 希望一切顺利。那这边用到一个重点，我们进入文法时间。这边我们来学习 work out 的不同意思及用法。首先 work out 当不及物用，可以指运动、锻炼身体，尤其是指到健身房或是上运动课程来锻炼身体。像 Derek works out at the gym twice a week。Derek 一周去健身房运动2次。那第二个用法是，当不及物用的时候 ，work out 可以表达计划、情况等等，它进展顺利、成功。例如 ，I'm glad everything worked out in the end。我很高兴最后一切都很顺利。那第三个 work out 当及物用，可以表达想出解决，像想出方法解决问题。例如 ，Don't worry about the problem. We'll find a way to work it out。别担心那个问题，我们会找到解决办法的。好，那以上今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Derek approaches a check-in desk at Hollywood Burbank Airport.
Good morning. My family and I need to check in for the 8:20 a.m. flight to New York.
Okay. Could I see your ID, please, sir?
Of course. Will we all be able to sit together?
All of our domestic flights have open seating. You should board early if you want to make sure you are all sitting together.
Is there no way we can guarantee it?
You could pay a little extra for priority boarding, which allows you to get on the plane before general boarding.
That's good to know. We might do that. Thank you.
After an announcement to all passengers, Beth is approached by a gate agent as she waits to board her plane.
Excuse me, ma'am. As you just heard, this flight has been overbooked, and we are looking for volunteers to take a later flight instead. We can offer compensation for the inconvenience, as well as food and accommodations in the airport while you wait. Is this something you'd be willing to consider?
Unfortunately, no. I am speaking at an event tomorrow morning, and I can't be late for it.
Understood, ma'am. Thank you for your time.
I hope it all works out.
Thank you, ma'am.
You gotta check out this cat video. It's hilarious.
Let me see. Oh, that is so funny. Where did you find
It
it?
just popped up on my feed. It's gone viral. It has over 20 million views.
Gone viral? Does that mean the cat caught a virus? Is there another virus outbreak? We gotta stay safe and take precautions.
Karen, jeez. Karen. All right, today we're going to talk about the phrase go viral.
What does go viral mean?
Go viral means to become very popular by being shared quickly from person to person, especially through the internet.
Oh, I see. So it's like when a video gets a lot of views or shares on social media, we can say that it has gone viral.
Precisely. Just like a real virus, it starts with a few people and then spreads everywhere. You can also use go viral for other things like a meme, a photo, a song, or even a news story.
So it's like when everyone starts sharing and talking about something so passionately that no one can really avoid it.
Yep, and it doesn't have to be funny. It could be something amazing, shocking, or even sad. As long as it gets a lot of attention and shares, it has gone viral.
Well, that cat video totally deserves to go viral. It's hilarious.
I agree. It's the funniest thing I've seen all day.
Okay, well, that's all for today.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.